In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Bronny James and how he shoots the basketball. Obviously, he didn't have a great start to his summer league, but let's get down and let's check out what he does when he shoots the ball that actually helps him have a very accurate shot. In this clip running behind me, he made 12 threes in a row, which is great. So let's get down and let's check out Bronny James and see how he shoots the ball so that you can also shoot the ball better yourself. Really quickly, if you want to be able to shoot the basketball better, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below, because that is what will help you get more distance and more control on your shot. Okay, so when he catches this ball right here, what are a few things that we look at and see in his shooting form? Well, first off, his feet, his knees, his hips, as well as his shoulders are all pointing in the exact same direction. They are not pointed towards the rim, they are pointed away from the rim. There's a lot of old school coaches who will say you need to be squared up to the rim. It is incorrect, and I am going to be explaining why that is. When he goes up into his shot, he is still tilted away, but hips, knees, feet, shoulders are all pointed in the same direction. This is what gives you accuracy in the game, but what gives you accuracy in the actual shot is having your shoulder and elbow in line with the rim and having at least a quarter of the ball over top of your upper arm. This creates what I call the shooting triangle, which will always give you a straight shot. If this is the rim and your ball hits the back or past the rim, you need to release the ball higher with your arm. And if it comes up short and hits the front of the rim or air balls, as long as it's straight, at that point, you need more legs and more lower back or a better one motion shot up into your release. However, what we can see right here, before he goes up into his shot, his shoulders are over his knees, over his toes. So he's actually really well balanced. His feet are roughly shoulder width apart, so he's perfectly balanced. And by having his shoulders forward over his knees, that is engaging his lower back, which is a massive secret behind Steph Curry's shot. And that gives him the ability to get that ball to the rim. However, what is one more thing that we see in his shot? It is all one motion from gather all the way up into release. He only freezes for a millisecond at his forehead, but he's still having momentum on the way up. And if we rewind just a bit, he only freezes so quickly, for that 1 millisecond, this turns it into a one motion shot. If he froze at his forehead for like a half a second, that becomes a two motion shot, which takes power away from your ability to shoot. Now, when he gathers on this side, he goes down into his gather at first. We can see that right here. He steps in and he's going down. He lifts his arms as soon as he gets to the bottom of a shot. On his way up, he brings that ball to the right side of his forehead. That allows his shoulder elbow to be in line. He is then going up into his shot and he's releasing that ball on the way up into his jump. This is going to give him more power and distance so that he could actually extend his range farther back than where he's at right now. You're also going to notice something different than what a lot of coaches will tell you to do. Let's actually zoom in because this is very important. Where does this ball travel all the way up into his set point? That ball starts in the middle of his body, goes up the middle of his body. It kind of looks like it goes to the right side, or to technically his left side of his body, but that's not right. It's going up the middle of his body. It's just because of where the camera's sitting. But he goes up the middle of his body, and I need to slow that down even more. It goes up the middle of his body, and then it goes to his right side of his forehead. The reason why this is important, why the ball travels from here up into that set point and kind of takes that travel route, is because this is a lot more comfortable than having the ball here going straight up. A lot of coaches will say you need to go straight up your right side. Well, what happens is this. When the ball goes up your right side only and doesn't go up your middle so that you can bring it into your set point, if you're bringing it up that right side, watch my shoulders and what they do. Right now, middle. Not much movement. But from here, watch my shoulders. See how it went from a right side dip up into this release here versus this. Any extra movement in your shot is going to then add variables to how accurate your shot is. That is why bringing the ball up the middle of your body instead of your right side is so much more valuable and will help you with a better shooting percentage. So if you got coaches telling you to do this, just ignore them. Go straight up the middle. Believe me, going up the middle is so much better. That's why so many more players do that. I literally seen a player who shot for 2 weekends in a row over 18 threes in a weekend. 2 weekends in a row, shooting over 60%. And then somebody came in and forced him to change to this. And even a year later of taking well over 10,000 shots every 2 to 3 months, this ruined his shooting percentage down to 10%. Fixing it, going back to the middle, he's back up plus 50%. He is a deadly three-point shooter. Not Bronny James. This is a player that I coach and train. So, first of all, if something's not broken, don't fix it. However, go up the middle of your shot. That is one of the big major points that I can give you for Bronny James's shooting form. Really quickly, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. It will give you more strength to be able to have a more accurate shot, but also a shot that you can take from further away. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.